Hi, welcome to another edition of Admiral Science. I'm your host, Mr. Allen, and today we will be talking about the solar system and why we are not the center of this universe. All right, so let's look at what started this whole trigger. What caused us to look at the stars? What did we see when we looked up there? Why was there so much controversy? Well, it started off with these two models. First, let's look at heliocentric versus geocentric. We started off with early astronomers like Ptolemy and Aristotle. They both believed that the Earth was at the center of the solar system, and this thought that the Earth was at the center of the solar system was called the geocentric model. Geo meaning Earth. So we thought that Earth was at the center of the solar system, and believe it or not, many people still believe that we are the center of the solar system. But the Earth is not at the center of the solar system as we looked up. But these two men just believed that the Earth was there, and that the planets, and that the sun, and that the moon, they all revolved around the Earth, and that the Earth was just the highlight of our solar system. Then came along some other astronomers, some late astronomers such as Copernicus, Galileo, and Kepler. They all sought to prove that it was not the Earth, but the sun that was at the center of our solar system. If we look, our sun is, as we saw today, is at the center of our solar system. Copernicus was the first to use mathematical problems to say that the sun was at the center of the solar system. And then Galileo, he used this invention that we like to say called the telescope. And this telescope, he said, oh, I see that the sun is there, and I see the object going around the sun. They'll disappear on one side and come around on the other side. So I believe that the sun is at the center of the solar system. And then Kepler said that one of his laws, and we believe Kepler's laws, and one of Kepler's laws was that the Earth and the other planets revolved around the sun in elliptical paths. And basically what it said was that sometimes the planets were closer to the sun, and then other times the planets were further away from the sun, and that this caused a lot of our seasons, the way the seasons happen, and then how certain alignments happen. So Kepler, Galileo, and Copernicus, with the help of others and with constant research, constant experimentation, they had evidence to support and to prove that the sun is at the center of the solar system. So then, well, what did they see when they looked up at the stars? Well, they saw these planets, and the first four planets that we're going to talk about is they're called terrestrial or rocky planets. I mean, they have a surface. They have a solid surface. The first four planets, the inner planets, the babies of the solar system, because why we call them babies is because they're so small. They are very small in comparison to the other four planets. So these first four, starting with the closest being Mercury, which is the closest to the solar system. I mean, the closest to the sun. And then there's Venus. Venus is the Earth, considered to be Earth's twin because it's about the same size as Earth. And Earth and Venus are very small when compared to the other planets. But Earth and Venus are considered about the same size. And the thing that makes Venus unique is Venus rotates backwards. It rotates counterclockwise from the other planet. And Venus is also the hottest planet. It has a thick atmosphere that traps in all this heat. And the heat really doesn't escape, and that leaves it as a very hot, very desolate planet. And then the third rock from the sun is our own home planet, Earth, the only planet that contains life in the solar system. Is the third planet from the sun. And then lastly is Mars. Mars is a rusty planet, is reddish brown in color, and is the outermost terrestrial planet. It is the last planet that has within the 8 planets, the last planet to have a rocky, solid surface. And these first four are just generally, I cannot stress this enough, but they're generally small compared to the other planets. They're not as nearly as large. Now we get these. So here's our 4 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and then Mars. Again, Mercury is being the smallest. Venus and Earth are about the same size, and then Mars is that reddish, rusty looking planet. Then we have these big guys, the big boys, the 4 largest planets in our solar system, the gas giants. Jupiter being the largest in our planet, it is known for this giant red spot, which is a everlasting windstorm that is huge, about several times larger than our own Earth. And then there's Saturn. Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system. It's known for its very large, very extravagant rings that circle around it. Uranus is the fourth largest planet in the solar system, known for the only planet tilted at a 90-degree angle, so it is actually on its side, and it spins on its side. And so it's also the coldest planet in our solar system. And then lastly, Neptune. Neptune being the third largest planet in the solar system, and also is the farthest planet. It's the furthest planet out there, and is known for its distinct blue color and has a raging storm that comes and goes from time to time. And these are our four big guys, our four gas giants. That's what they're known for. So we have Jupiter, and it's known for that big red spot, as you can see. Saturn is known for its rings. Uranus is on its side. Even though you can't tell right now, Uranus is tilted on its side at a 90-degree angle. And then lastly is Neptune for its, for its distinct, very blue color, which is really methane gas. And then there's this dwarf, this little guy out there past Neptune, which was once a planet, but it's now no longer a planet. It's Pluto, and it's demoted as a planet because of its size and location in space. So today, it is now considered a dwarf planet, along with Ceres and Aries and Make and the like. All right, and that's our solar system: the 8 planets and a dwarf. The founders of our system, well, not really the founders, but the people who were credited with coming up with our system of our solar system and how the sun is at the center, not the Earth. We owe those guys a lot because we could have been living a lie most of our lives. Alright, so we look at our planets. Remember, the first 4 are very small compared to the last 4. And even the last 4 are very small compared to our very own sun. Hope you enjoyed this segment of the solar system. We look forward to seeing you again on Admiral Science. I'm your host, Mr. Allen. This has been an awesome video. See you when I see you.